Hey booze, hey, do your blankets feel like super glue in the morning? Well sis, it's time to shake them off. Welcome to Wake Up Happy Sis, the show that jumpstarts your day with a bang. We're strolling down these self-care streets as we navigate the maze of wellness and healing. We're helping you live happy, healed, and whole. And we do it all with a hearty dose of belly laughs for good measure. Stay tuned and get ready to wake up happy, sis. Hey, booze. Hey, booze. Hey. Oh my gosh, I feel like it has been a month of Sundays, as they say, since I've been here with y'all today. I hope y'all miss me because I've definitely missed you. I've been out of the country. I've been dealing with some life things because, when life hits, that bitch get hard. She don't play. But we fight back and we don't play either. So that's why I'm here today. But welcome to the Wake Up Happy Sis show. You are tuned in live on KCCR Cityscape Radio, where we're changing the narrative for our people because we're always telling our story our way. And we're live on a lot of other platforms as well. So hopefully you're tuning in and you need to share this with your good girlfriend, your homeboy, your school teacher, whoever. Invite your mom and them to come on in too. Because today's going to be such a good show. But let me back up. I'm your host, Leanne Dulce, your Chief Self-Love Officer over here at Wake Up Happy Sis. And today I'm speaking directly to the women who are always holding space for others, but rarely get held themselves. Yes. Yes. Okay. Today's show is about to be a soft but sacred mic drop for every Black woman who's been holding it down for everybody else, for your families, for your clients, for your coworkers, for your community, but you forgot to pour into yourself. This is the one that's going to say enough. Look, sis, you've carried the weight. You've done the work. You've shown up for everybody. Now, who's showing up for you? When the chips are down, who's going to be around? Ain't that what they say that song?
That's it. Yeah. Yeah.
You know? Now, today it's all about us nurturers, those of us who are the strong friend, the counselor, the coach, the caregiver. Pick a hat, because that's a nice fan. Where's my fan at?
Yes.
I brought it in. I thought I brought it in here. No,
I know you got it, but I
I
had to
got it.
find it.
I got it. Yes, I got it. I'm about to go get it. Um, but this episode is Who Heals the Healer? Rest, rituals, and reclaiming joy. And we're really going to unpack today what happens when you've been everyone's safe space, but you don't have one of your own. How do we become our own safe space or build our safe space? So we're going to be diving into burnout beyond just physical, the emotional cost of always being there for somebody else. And how do you create sacred rituals in your life that help you pour back into yourself, mind, body, and spirit? And you got to excuse me. I'm sure y'all can hear I'm still a little hoarse. That's because I was outside, uh, off in other countries, being outside, and my voice took a little bit, took a little hit, but I'm still here. So
Hey, you was doing you.
I was doing me. I was doing me big. I was doing me.
Which ties into this topic, you know?
It does. It does. You gotta
Yeah.
to
Want to
yourself.
say what's up to Built for This Network? What's up, Mad Knox over there?
Hey,
Streaming
Bill,
us
for
live
that.
on Twitch. We live on Twitch TV too. So I'm saying, just like you said, share, like the show, share. Come on in, come on in.
Yes. Well, good morning to you too. Share the show out. Tell your friends, your mom and them to come on in. Hey, Kendall, I see Kiss My Ken. That's my boo over there. I see some other people. Hey, y'all. Hey, y'all. Come on in. So, if you've ever felt like you've been functioning on empty, that cup that's supposed to have, you see, I got some in my cup. But if your cup is empty and you still giving out of it, what are you doing, sis? This is your
Mm.
invitation today to lay it all down. we're reclaiming our rest, we are redefining joy, and we're calling the healers into healing themselves. Because you deserve the same softness, the same care, the same consideration and attention that you give everybody else. So let's get into it. As I sip my tea. Okay. So this is my our sometime co-host, big brother Tony, TJ, the Eye of the Storm. If you're here on the weekends, make sure you tune into his set. But you can also find him on Twitch and a bunch of other platforms. He gonna get you right. If you ain't know, he gonna get you right, which is also a part of your feeding into yourself. You gotta have a good playlist. Like, what's your playlist for rest? You know what I mean?
For me, my playlist, I'm an old school guy, so and
Yes.
plus I love lyrics. You know, I love lyrics. So my favorite group that I go to all the time is the Whispers, because they are those Walter and Scotty. They just do
Okay.
something with lyrics that's just, ooh, especially love lyrics. You know, so that's how I pamper me. That's how I get me back into my space.
Now you can't never go wrong with some good old school. Now I don't know what these.
No.
I can't get down with all these young with all this young stuff they be talking about. They be doing too much mumbling and stuff. I can't get with it. I can't get with it. Mine, definitely an old school person, but it depends on how I'm feeling. Because sometimes it's really laid back. Sometimes it's it rest for me is hypeness too, right? There's rest in being hyped and being active. I know it sounds like a total disconnect there, but there is. Sometimes that just helps my mind settle down because there's always so much going on and it's hard for me to focus on just one thing. So sometimes that's rest for me to get some hype song so I can just focus on that.
There you go.
So I want to start with, let's talk about kind of that unseen labor of being the strong one in your family, that emotional labor of being the one who's always holding it down for everybody else. You're always the go-to, right? Because that shit is quietly destroying the hell out of us, if I'm gonna be honest with you. Because it's not a role that we chose. I don't know anybody that ever walked into a room and said, you know what? In my relationships, in my life, I want to be the strong one. It was assigned to us. You might have been that big sister. You might be the most stable one in your friend group, family, whatever. Right? You might have been the one that was more nurturing and felt like you had to take care of people. You might be the problem solver. Over time, that role tends to become a part of our identity, right? It becomes a part of who we are. It's just so ingrained, we don't know how to separate. And so now you've become the go-to person in your life, and you don't even know how you got there. I know that's how it's been for me.
It was forced upon you.
I mean, if you really, I wouldn't say forced. I wouldn't say forced because everybody has choice, right? Everybody has choice. But I will say it was assigned, and we step into that assignment.
Okay.
And we've let people control the narrative for how we see ourselves, right?
Mm-hmm.
And over time, it just becomes a part of what you do. You're just so used to being assigned that role. When y'all go out, who gonna drive? The responsible one, because you know you got to take care of your friends. I've lost friends behind being the strong one because I was doing what was assigned to me, taking care of my friends who were reckless, who had drinking problems. So when we go out, who's the one making sure that they don't drive drunk? Who's the one not having to stop my fun because I'm worried about what you're doing over here? And it was a time when one of my ex-friends said, I never asked you to save me. That hit hard, right? Because a part of my persona has always been no friend left behind. So that time I was like, you know what? You are absolutely right. I stepped into the role that I had previously been assigned everywhere else. So we're so used to that, right? But that constant caretaking, it starts to become a performance. Like I said, it's a part of who you are now. So you're going to show up in full face, and baby, your cup empty as fuck, empty as hell, because you've given it all away. You're smiling even though you're sad. Your favorite statement is, oh, I'm doing all right, I'm good. Because you can't be honest even with yourself to say, I'm not. You might be going through hell and you won't even tell anybody else, but you're still giving advice. And you're trying to figure it out for your damn self, but you still over there giving advice, and you about to fall the fuck apart. Excuse my language, y'all. I'm in a
But
cuss.
that's true. It's true though. It's raw and it's real.
Yeah, and we pour so much into others, right? But my own spirit could be running off fumes. My cup is empty, bone dry, about to break. It's so brittle, dust, just just dusty because it's so empty. But I still try to give and give and give until I have nothing left. Right? Now, that type of emotional kind of labor is invisible. It's not always something people can see because we put that mask on, but it's super heavy. And it starts to show up as resentment. You start snapping at people, chronic fatigue, finding quiet places where you can cry and let out all this jumble of emotions that you have inside that you can't let out in front of everybody else. And what's wild to me is that we don't know we have it until we break. We don't know that's the cycle we've been in until we have totally broken, right?
But is that actually true?
It
I
is.
mean, think about it for a minute, because you also said that we have a choice in that matter, but some
Mhm.
situations you are forced into without you even knowing that you are being forced into. Like, say you growing up, you the eldest of four siblings,
Mhm.
you know. So in that situation, you're forced into being a babysitter of your siblings,
Agree.
which which doesn't allow you to be that teenager that's growing up into their own, trying to figure out their own way, but a responsibility has been placed upon you that you didn't ask for.
Yes.
So that automatically makes you buy into that. Now I got to be a provider for these that's in need.
Right. But I'm saying the labor part of it is what I'm talking about is we don't realize it. Yes, because if let's say you're 7 or 8, because that's how young some people started being caregivers for their younger siblings.
Hmm.
You 7, 8, 9, changing diapers, fixing bottles. By the time you're 13, 14, 20, it's just ingrained in who you are. And that is now who how you relate to the world. You try to mother everybody because it's built there. And you're going to keep giving and giving and giving because that's what someone taught you was how you find love or how you are loved, because you have to continuously be there for everybody else, be the rock, be everybody's support system, take care of everybody even when they don't ask you. You're going to mother them. But we don't know how heavy that emotional labor is until the point that we break, because we're used to living in survival mode. We're used to living in a state of angst, in a state of in an anxious state, right?
Mhm.
That's what how we're used to operating. We're used to overcompensating, doing the most, giving everything. We're used to having an empty cup and still giving more. And we don't realize how heavy that burden is until the moment that we break. Because think about it like a balloon. There's only so much air I can put into that balloon before it's going to pop. It's inevitable. The same goes with you, with your emotional stability, your emotional health, right?
So why do we continue to place unrealistic expectations on ourselves and others?
Because it's trauma. It's trauma that we have been left with by someone else, right? We
Mhm.
label it as being strong, but it's actually suppression and trauma. It's that unspoken pain that you've been left with that turned into what is productivity for you, what is
Bingo.
overachieving, what is me having to do everything for everybody because
Everybody.
I don't feel worthy of it being done for me. So I'm going to do for everybody else um, because that's how I get love, right? That's what I feel like. But that unprocessed pain didn't go anywhere. You
Uh-uh.
haven't dealt with it. What we do is we put it in a box. We open this little box in our soul and we tuck it away. And now it's like it never happened. But again, like a balloon, you only got so many of them spaces to lock away the pain, to lock away the hurt, because it just multiplies. And your ability to carry all that pain, all that burden, all that trauma, it is not your blessing. It is not. It's your burden. And today's the day we are putting those burdens down, baby. You may not put them all down, but today, hopefully, you can get a start that says, I don't have to keep doing this. I can choose another way. Now, how do we start that healing process? I think you have to start by asking yourself, who can I turn to when I need to be held? I'm putting
Hmm.
everybody else down, but who honestly can I turn to when I need to be held, when I need someone to hold me down? Now, if your answer is no one, then baby, we got some work to do because the healer needs healing too. Bear with me, y'all. The healer needs healing too. I think you have to. That's the thing. We have to remember. Yes, it's okay to be strong. I'm not telling you to go, right? But it's also okay to be vulnerable. It's also okay to need help. It's also okay to take rest. It's also okay to say, no, I'm not available. I cannot help you. I need to focus on me right now. How many times have we actually said that? And then stood 10 toes down in that? You can say it all you want, but if you're not enforcing the boundary, it's not a boundary. It's just a recommendation, just a request, right? Because we've got to figure out how to step out of that strong Black woman trap that we've been in our whole lives, right? It's time for us to let people see us unfiltered, raw, uncut. It's time for us to ask for help. And I know that's going to be hard to do. I know it's going to feel awkward. I know it's going to feel so strange. It's time for us to stop over explaining. Our no is our no is our no is our no. You ain't got to explain shit else.
That is a complete sentence. No.
Yeah.
I mean, let's just keep it 100.
You could put it in no, nine, no, nine, yet. Was it yet? Pick a language. I don't want to. Nah, I can't do it. Not you. There's so many ways. I'm not available at the moment. There's so many ways to say no, right? Because we weren't made to hold everything. Hell, even God rested. On the seventh day, he rested.
Yes, he did.
Okay. So who are we to think that we don't deserve or don't need rest? We do. And there's an emotional cost that we keep paying, right? Sometimes we forget we're human and we think we're Superwoman, Superman. You don't check in on yourself anymore. How am I feeling? You start to resent the people you love because you realize they may just be taking advantage of me, right? And you build a life around holding others up instead of holding yourself. Your whole life now has become, let me fix Tony, help Tony, do for Tony, instead of, what does Leanne need in this moment? Let me help Leanne, right? They tell you put your own mask on first before you put on anybody else's. A dead you can't help anybody. But it's not even about your ability to help others. Because again, that still puts us in the mode of my worth is tied to my service or my work. And your worth is not. You deserve rest because you're you. You deserve to be happy because you're you. You deserve to live a life that is fulfilling, that is free, that is happy. All because you were born into this often effed up world. Now, other people are going to benefit from it. Everybody going to benefit from it. Because when you're happy, when you're healed, when you're whole, your cup is full and you have so much abundance to share. Because you're never supposed to give out of the cup. You're supposed to give out of the overflow, out of your abundance. What's in the cup, what's inside is for you. What pours out because you're so full and you're overflowing is what you have to give to everyone else. But we give our overflow, we give in the cup, we give the salsa. Then we're going to give them the next teacup, right? We've got to figure out, how do we stop that cycle? And when we talk about rest, because again, we're deserving of rest, I feel like rest sometimes is resistance, is a radical reclamation of our humanity and our power. It's not being lazy. And I know for some of you, it's hard to say, I'm just going to sleep in on Saturday or on Sunday. You don't have to get up at 6 and cook breakfast for everybody and clean the house or re-clean the house, because you probably cleaned it last night. And I don't know what you think happened between last night and this morning.
That be me.
People be like, I got it. Man, you did all that, but you're going to do it again, right? But we're so used to being on the move. We're so used to action, to activity, that rest seems like laziness to us. Rest has often been weaponized against us. We've been told it's selfish, it's lazy, it's indulgent. The hell is indulgent about healing your body? Because that is when your body heals itself. When you're asleep. That's when your cells regenerate. When you sleep. Rest is necessary. It is not a luxury. It is a requirement. We all get it, right? But as Black women, often we're expected to push through, to show up, to get it done no matter what. And we wear this shit like a badge of honor. When I was young, my whole scenario was I can sleep when I'm dead. And that almost came true. Right? Because your body, if you don't give it what it needs, you don't give it that rest that it requires, baby, he or she will shut the fuck down on you. It will shut you down. It will take its rest.
With the quickness.
Yeah.
With the quickness.
Now, when we get rest, when we take that time to just stop moving so fast, what we're doing is we're disrupting this hustle culture mentality. I'm telling myself and I'm telling the world that I am more than what I produce. I am more than the work that I do. There's so much more to me. And maybe you're missing out because you're only stuck in my productivity. Put your phone down, unplug, breathe, stop performing. There's nothing lazy about that. Baby, to me, that's legacy work. Because when I rest and I'm showing the younger generation that survival isn't the only option. I'm at the age where, I'm trying to come out of, I'm out of survival mode. We're not doing that survival mode thing. We're going to move from survival to thrival. Yes, I said thrival. Don't question me about my words. Okay? From survival to thrival. We want to thrive. We've got to come out of survival mode. Survival isn't the only way to live, but some of us are so used to it that when we get to that moment that we can switch to thriving, because it's a totally different way of existing. To be able to move from survival to thriving takes work, because you're not going to be comfortable. You're waiting for the other shoe to drop, right? Sometimes there is no other shoe, baby. Sometimes there is no other shoe. We're trying to be
reflection, huh?
Yeah, we're trying to be in our soft girl era. I'm trying to be my soft girl. I'm done with survival mode. I want to be able to be abundantly happy. I want to be able to define freedom on my terms. What does freedom look like for Leanne?
So you got to tear down some walls and barriers.
Oh, yeah. And okay. It starts with rest. And it starts with rest. And you know what? Rest looks different for each person.
I was just going to say, explain that, because a lot of people think that quote unquote 8 hours is complete rest, And
8 hours for me is too much.
Thank you.
I can't sleep 8 hours if I wanted to. I'm going to wake up more tired because I'm over rested. There is such a thing as over rested.
Thank you.
Right? For some, rest is actually going to take a nap. Going to actual physical sleep. Getting there 8 hours, there's 6 hours. Hell, you're 4 hours if that's what you are. I'm a 4 to 5 hour person. That's my sweet spot. Okay? But for others, it's just I need silence. Right? I just need silence. And some, it's a creative flow. Rest is when they zone out. You ever seen somebody who's like a painter or they're drawing and they're just totally zoned out in that creative zone? I'm sure you get like that when you be DJing sometimes. And for you, that might be your version of rest because it doesn't feel like work. It's calming to your spirit. And sometimes rest is I choose to sit here and look at the wall.
Yeah.
Or look at the inside of my eyelids. I ain't even sleep. I'm just here. I'm just here in this space, being present with myself.
Mm-hmm.
How many people don't even know how to be present with themselves?
I know quite a few that cannot stand to be alone with themselves.
Uh-huh. I got this chocolate on my hands. Yeah, they can't stand it. If you can't be alone with yourself, how you expect somebody else to want to be alone with you?
Thank you.
Rest is intentionality. Whatever it is you do to calm your mind, your body, your soul, do that. Do more of that. Be intentional about it. Schedule it in. Protect it and be unapologetic about it. There are times if you've got kids and you got a spouse, you're lucky because you got somebody who can manage those kids. It's a teamwork. And this is my quiet hour. If you don't, join a mommy circle and find some other women that you trust that have kids, hopefully roughly about your age, so y'all can switch off and support each other. So that you guys each do get an opportunity to have that time to self. We have to find our support systems so that we can get the rest that we need. Because if we don't, like I said, she'll take you down. She will take you down. And I don't want that for any of us. She will take you down though. Now, how do we begin normalizing rest in our lives? For me, I have windows where I may not answer the phone. One, my phone stays on silent. I don't have the ringer on my phone. I haven't had my ringer on my phone in probably like a year and a half. It's always on silent. Look, it's ringing.
Mm.
It's ringing now. You will never hear it. Right? But put it on your calendar. Schedule time for you. Enforce it. Like I said, find other people who can help you if you have children, because I know it's a lot harder when you have children that have busy schedules and whatever. But you have to find time. If it means you got to get up 30 minutes earlier so that you can have that quiet time before you have to start getting ready and getting everybody else together. Have that quiet time for you, right? Because you're modeling for your children how an adult takes care of themselves. And if they see you working yourself to death, what are they going to think? This is what life is supposed to look like because
Mhm.
you are one of the most important people in their lives. They look up to and emulate everything you do, especially if you got like a toddler. Give them some of your things and tell them to show me what mommy does with this. It'll be hilarious, but they will try to mimic, and that lets you know they're watching you.
Oh yeah, they're gonna imitate what they see.
Yeah, yeah. And then check in with your good girlfriends. I have been remiss on my check-in duties. I had to call my boo Josie today because she hasn't been feeling well. Right? How you feeling today, sis? Did you get some rest? Is there anything I can do? You need me to take the kids for an hour while you go and relax? Because it can be a cultural and a community reset. It doesn't just have to be you alone. Self care includes community. And I know that goes against what you think when you think self care, but it does have a community aspect to it. So we have a community. Why not lean into it and normalize turning your phone off? Have a time set that if it's not an urgent call, it ain't getting through. Normalize not always going out on a Friday or Tuesday or Wednesday, whatever your normal thing is. Normalize practicing mindfulness, just being present in the moment, right? And that's a perfect segue into how do we create rituals. And I know rituals is sometimes a scary word for Black people because they think we talk about some hoodoo culture and all that. We not. A ritual is just your personal process of the things that you do. We're not talking about no witchcraft and none of that.
Right. Hooking up no concoctions and no nothing that there,
But
no
if you want
spells.
to, but if you want to, then do that. Right? The ritual can be as spiritual and as connected to the ancestors and the earth and the alignment of the stars and the chakras as you want it to be or as you do not want it to be.
It's all
Relying,
on you.
relying to your faith.
Yep, it's all on you.
It's personal. And you don't even need extravagant getaways to do something for yourself and feel restored and feel whole, right? Rituals can be sacred, but they can be simple and still be super powerful, right? That's the thing. You don't have to do a lot because rituals are your anchor points. They are your anchors. And what they're going to do is they're going to help remind you that you are worthy of care, you're worthy of love, you're worthy of happiness. And these reminders are on a daily basis, hopefully, because you have certain rituals that you're going to do every day. You might have some rituals that are weekly, monthly, but you should always have some rituals that are daily so that we are not calling upon these rituals when we break down. The goal is to head off breaking down. We want as few breakdowns as possible. Now we know lives.
For sure.
We know lives. But the goal is to head off as much of that as possible, right? Now, morning rituals to me are an amazing place to start. What are the 3 or 4 things you do every morning when you get up? Right? When you, we had one of my authors in my anthology book, Gumbo for the Black Woman's Soul, on here, Tamara, and she was talking about when you're brushing your teeth, affirming yourself, saying those positive words, I love you. I love you. That may be it. Just when you're brushing your teeth, I love you. I love you. When you're washing your face, I love you. You are the shit. Mine gonna have a couple cuss words in it because like I feel like it's an exclamation mark on the screen. You know?
Little emphasis.
Little emphasis. Just a little bit of that you gotta put on there. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'm telling me this and I want me to believe it.
Yeah. I have rituals that I do at different times, right? Might be something you do in the morning. You might have an evening ritual. I have rituals that are based around time of day. So if I look up and it's 11:11, 5:55, 2:22, right? 10:10. These are angel numbers. And so I have a ritual of affirmations that I say anytime I just happen to look up and it's on that, because I believe those are the ancestors communicating to me, right? Divinely. Mm-hmm. And so I have different affirmations. One of them is I am happy, I'm healed, I'm whole, right? Other ones might be, what is one? It's like a little catchy little tune. I can't think of it right now. Oh, I am healthy, I am wealthy, I am rich, I am that bitch. right? You can make these as fun, as intense as you want them to be. These rituals are for you because rituals are not the same as routines. Rituals are sacred, not just functional, right? The routine is I get up, I wash my face, I brush my teeth. You might be a morning shower person. That's routine.
Mm-hmm.
Ritual is I am taking a 5 minutes and meditating because that is how I start my day on a positive note. I write down an affirmation every day and I write it 3 times in the morning, 6 times in the middle of the day, 9 times at night, or something like that, right? Those are rituals because they are sacred. They are tied to something more than just function. They have intentionality and purpose. They cause you to slow down. They cause you to be present in the moment. You could be washing your face and totally not even focused on that because it's a function, it's an automatic thing that you're doing. But when you put intentionality to it, when you put that thought and that oomph behind it, that presence, it's like you're starting this conversation with your spirit in that
Mm-hmm.
moment, right? That's ritual versus routine. That's going to be how you know, are you just stuck in a morning routine or have you created your own ritual? Some people have altars for for their ancestors for whatever. You know, they light a candle, they're going to meditate on some things. That's the ritual, right? Adding sound, adding scent, and adding stillness to your rituals are such powerful tools, right? Aromatherapy with a candle,
Mm-hmm.
playing grounding music. Sometimes when I'm driving, I don't have like the radio on. I will have like, I'll just play, I have a playlist of solfeggio frequencies. And these are like sound healing frequencies that just kind of play. And I really want to, I got some I'm about to do around, I got an offering I'm about to bring out around that. I think it's going to be kind of dope. But I have my things, I play that, right? Practice deep breathing, mindful breathing, or meditative breathing. Use different essential oils and actually know what the properties are and the benefits are of the essential oils. Because all this is doing is igniting your senses, and your senses are going to guide you into that place of peace, even in the most hectic and chaotic parts of this world. And baby, it is very chaotic right now.
Oh yeah.
So if you're like, well, how do I know where to put a ritual into my day? I'm so busy. You ain't that busy. Stop it. You ain't that damn busy. There ain't that much damn busy in the world. What I would say is create the rituals around the transitions in your day. Starting your day, ending your day, getting ready for bed. You want to mark these kind of transitions with softness, right? Because that softness, that's that exhale moment. We're teaching our body, our mind, and our spirit that it's okay to exhale. It's okay to be soft. It's okay to let go all the weight of the world in this moment and just breathe, just be soft, be present. We have to do that for ourselves, right? Sometimes it isn't even about what you're physically doing, but about how you do it. With love and with intention, with pause, with presence, right? Because that's the space where restoration really lives, in that how we do it, in that space of love, in that pause, in that moment where I can be fully present and aware and force myself to slow the fuck down and focus on me for once. But that's also the space where you might have a breakdown because you've not been, you're not used to doing that for yourself. You're not used to putting yourself in that space of rest, that space of softness, right? You're not used to that. So, how do we start creating those small rituals? How do we start putting things in place that will help us, guide us, move us to where we want to be? That's the question. Hey, Dimples, East New York. Hey, East New York. Look, I'm going to give y'all a ritual real quick. This is real quick. It ain't even going to take you a long time to do it. Okay? Because for me, this small thing has made such a difference in how I feel, how I show up in the world. Right? So I do a 5-minute gratitude meditation each morning. Because the first thing you want to do is roll over and pick your phone up and see what you missed. But don't get out the bed. You can do this while you're still in the bed. Hush that up. Won't do that. Right? You're just going to lay there. You're going to breathe. I like when I do this, I put my hand on my heart, but that's just me. You can do what makes you feel comfortable. And I will breathe. And I will just say things that I am grateful for in this moment. And I'm just focused on that, on the breathing and on these gratitude statements. That's it. Take 5 minutes before you don't even got to open your eyes. You can keep your eyes closed. And then let your feet hit the floor. And you're off running with your morning routine. But your ritual might be done for the day. It doesn't have to be long, doesn't have to be drawn out, doesn't have to be complicated. It can be that simple. Right? And I know everybody's like, but I'm so busy, I don't even have time to do that. Yes, you do. Because even 10 minutes, 10 intentional minutes a day can be a full reset. I need you to protect your peace like it's your paycheck. Like it's your paycheck. Trust me, that would be a whole different conversation, right?
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
If we would protect our peace like we try and protect a paycheck, baby.
Ooh.
You don't need hours. You don't need complex things. You can be simple. You don't even need tools. You just need intentionality. You need love. You need space. And you need to choose you first. Because the fact that, to me, it's wild to think that me focusing on me, I don't have enough time in 24 hours. We'll take out 6 for sleep. In 18 hours, you don't have 10 minutes to yourself.
Ooh. Something wrong with that picture.
So if there's 60 minutes in an hour, right? And you've got 18 hours. Let me do some math. 60 times 18, right? That'd be, you're telling me you don't have, out of 1,080 hours, you don't have 10 minutes for you? You need a reset. Yes, write it all down. Write it all down. Write it all down, Dimples, East New York. Because we've got to start doing things for us. And like I said, if you ain't got 10 minutes out of 1,080 minutes that you have, your life is out of whack. And you need to do something serious to bring it back around to you. Because you're silently and slowly killing yourself. Because you're focused on everything and everyone else, and you ain't focusing on you. There's no way in hell you can't find 60 minutes out of 1,080 to do something for you, just for you. And not because I want to be a better mother, I want to be this. No. Because I want Leanne to be happy. We have to get out of the mentality that our worth is tied to our work. That I want to be the best me so I can be better for them. No, you should want to be better for you. They're going to benefit from it. They're going to benefit from it. The people you love will always be the first to benefit from you being happy, healed, and whole. Right? So, what's your first ritual that you're going to set for yourself? That's the question. What's the first one? If you were setting a new ritual for yourself, just one thing, your ritual is going to be one thing. What would that be, Tony? What would you like to implement in your life to just focus on you? Because I know you always outside going and checking on your old people and all that. But what's one thing that Tony does for Tony? What is that?
My candles.
Okay.
My candles and meditation. So I can self-reflect on just me.
Yes.
On just me. That's how I stay in touch with my spirit man. Is in perfect unity with my fleshly man.
Good.
That's my ritual.
Good.
Scented candles and meditation.
We gotta have that. Right?
Yeah. I always find time for me. I'm telling you, you hit it on the head when you said that, because listen, you can't help nobody if you ain't in shape for yourself, first and foremost. And I love me more than I love anything. I'm telling you.
Say that one again, because don't nobody love Leanne more than Leanne. You can't.
Thank you.
It's not possible. It's not possible because I love me some me.
Absolutely.
Okay? I love me some me. And so Dimples East New York said, I'm so happy I came across your podcast because I feel like I'm going crazy at times with my depression. Look, I feel you. Okay. I suffer from depressive episodes myself. But you don't have to let that define your life. You have to find the things that work for you. Right? I think a lot of times when we get into a depression or depressive episode, we're trying to stifle it. We're trying to act like it's not there. No, I'm going to feel the feelings. But I'm going to also be telling myself that this is temporary. This is a temporary feeling. It is not reality. Because your depression will try to take you some deep, dark, scary places. You cannot let it lead you there. You need to keep walking. It's like when you're walking down the street and somebody you don't want to talk to come and talk to you. What do? And you want to act like they ain't there, you just keep walking. If they could talk to me all they want to, want, that's all I hear. I keep walking. We keep walking into that storm and through that storm because that's the fastest way to get to it. That's the fastest way to get to the other side. And then you have to fight like hell to get back to your place of happiness. We never let the depression win. So you have to find the things that are going to help you. And I think rituals are a great way to start. Affirmations are a great way to start. Tell yourself every morning, I love you. And you have to tell yourself 3 things every day that you love about yourself. You can do it in the morning. You can do it in the evening. But in a week's time, you can't say the same thing.
Nope.
So you can't say, I love my eyes, and on Wednesday, I love my eyes. No, you already did that. We have to start pouring love, intentionality, joy into ourselves because we're so used to pouring it into everyone else. Now, my co-host Sharonda ain't here today. I'm sure y'all saw that because she's dealing with some family issues. But she knows we send her our love at all times. And as we get out of here, I just want to wrap up by saying, you were never meant to carry it all. You're not just a healer. You should also be the healed or on a healing journey, because I don't feel like healing is a destination. It's a journey, right?
Right.
Your softness is strength. Yes, it is strength. And your joy is medicine. And your rest, baby, that is your rebirth moment. I want you to lay down those burdens. I want you to reclaim your light. And I want you to let healing start with you. So, we always have an affirmation that you guys are going to speak after me. I release the weight. You too, Tony. You got to repeat.
I release the weight
That was never mine to carry.
that was never mine to carry.
I honor my body with rest.
I honor my body with rest.
I reclaim my joy with no apology.
I reclaim my joy with no apology.
Period. That's what we have. Now, if you're a journaler, I'm going to put this prompt in here so everybody can see it. Because we do have some journalers in our midst.
Yes, we do.
So, your journal prompt of the day, and you can also share this on social media and tag at Wake Up Happy Sis on all platforms. But the question of the day is, where have you abandoned your own healing in the name of holding it together for others?
Ooh. That should take up 4-5 pages alone.
That could.
I'm telling you, if you're going to be honest with self,
you got to be honest with yourself.
More.
You've got to be honest with yourself. And if you want to share that with us, you can. But a lot of times these prompts are just for me, right? This is just for me. So I don't look to share them with anybody. But you can if you so choose. What did you want me to repeat, Dimples? What do you want me to repeat? I got you, sis. Now, it's the affirmation. Let me put the affirmation. I could put that in there too, because this is a good affirmation to start with. I'm going to put that in Instagram. I'm going to put it over here. That's our affirmation. I release the weight that was never mine to carry. I honor my body with rest. I reclaim my joy with no apology. Yes, I want
Permanent.
you to, about laying down your burden. Oh, what I was saying is you were never meant to carry everything. The weight of the world is not yours to carry. You are not just the healer. You should also see yourself as the healed or the person on the healing journey because you are, right? Your softness is a source of strength. Your joy is medicine. And your rest, that is where you are reborn. That is your rebirth. So it is time for you to lay down your burdens, lay down the trauma, lay down the pain that you've been left with, right? It's time for you to reclaim the light. Everybody has a light and it can shine bright. And my light shining bright does not dim yours. And I want you to know that healing starts with you. Your healing starts with you. So it is time for you to come back for what you missing. And if you enjoyed this episode, because we do gotta go, if you enjoyed this episode today, you can tag us on any social media platform at Wake Up Happy Sis. You can hashtag Healers Heal Too. Yes, Healer Heals Too. Okay. But I want you to choose you. And I want you to share this episode with one of your friends. We do also post this to all the podcasting platforms. You'll be able to rewatch it on YouTube, Spotify, listen to it on Apple Networks, Apple Podcasts. You could even be on, Pandora, and ask Pandora to listen to the Wake Up Happy Sis show, because we there too. Amazon Music, we all over the place, baby. You can find us. But share this with somebody else and tag us. Tell us what's one thing that you got out of this episode that you're going to move into your life. Tell us what's one ritual that you are going to put into your day. Would you like to say something to the people before I jump out?
Yeah, well, I had put it in the chat, but I'm gonna say it out loud. I said, where you have been selfless, now is the time for you to be selfish. Get selfish with yourself. All the things that you was doing for others, you are more than worthy and deserving of it of yourself. So treat yourself.
That's right.
Love you, because you all you got.
We all we got, baby.
And we all we got. So everybody that was here today, know that we love you. We here for you. And listen, the door is always open.
Always.
Come on in.
The door is always open. And we will be back here next Monday with another awesome episode of the Wake Up Happy Sis show. I want to thank y'all for joining us today. I know I've been off for a few, but I did miss y'all. And hopefully y'all missed me and Sharonda and Tony as well. So we'll see you next week. Y'all have the day you were meant to have, because you're going to be intentional about it. Yeah, Tony, let me see that fan. That's a nice fan you got there. He ain't even got it all the way displayed out, but we do now have, we talked about that last season, is we do now have Wake Up Happy Sis fans. Fold it all the way out, Tony, so they can see that beautiful fan footage. Ooh, that thing's sexy. That thing's sexy. $20. Actually, well, depending on how much you want. It's $20, $25 if you want the your name customized on the side of the fan. It's
yes,
$25,
indeed.
$20 if you just want it regular. They will be online. You'll be able to find them on our any of our social media platforms. You'll be able to find it probably this week, because We need them fans. We need them fans. So, love y'all. Y'all have a great day. And yeah, do something nice for yourself today.
Absolutely.
Say no to somebody today. How about that? And Dimples East New York, thank you for joining us. We appreciate you. Hopefully you'll come back next week. We'll see y'all later. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of the Wake Up Happy Sis Show. Join us live every Monday and Thursday at 10 a.m. Eastern for more joy, healing, and sisterhood. Until next time, keep thriving unapologetically, sis.